Hey everyone, CPO here, and in this video, we're going to be talking about this guy. This is the Audew. This is an OBD2 reader. Not only a code reader, but a code clearer. Oh, guess what? I'm giving one of these away for free. Now, most of these guys that you buy, Amazon, eBay, wherever, they allow you to connect to your smartphone and read the codes, but they don't help you clear them. This one supposedly also clears the codes and adds a bunch of other diagnostic capabilities that you might not find otherwise. So this is Bluetooth enabled, so it's going to connect to your phone via a Bluetooth connection. And yeah, let's see how it works. All right, so the first thing we see here is that it's a pretty simple product. You basically just plug it into the OBD2 port in your vehicle. Now, this is a Jeep channel, so obviously we're going to be playing on Jeeps. But this will work with any other vehicle. What it's going to read is probably going to be dependent upon the capabilities of the CAN bus system for the different vehicle, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Now you see these two barcodes. This is to go get the app. So another interesting thing about this particular version from Audew is it uses a specific app. There are like a variety of OBD2 apps out there. Torque is a very common one, and a lot of those more popular readers just use those apps. But this one uses a specific app, which is free, and this is supposed to help you get there. However, what I found is it doesn't really help for Android. iOS, it looks like it takes you right to the App Store where you can download it. On the Google Play Store, it doesn't seem to want to work. So it's basically a bad link. But what I will tell you is the name of the app that you want to get is called NextScan. So you can search for that, NEXZ scan, in the Google Play Store if you have Android. I'm just going to go ahead and install this, and let's open it. Boom. So for permissions, it wants media files, photos, all that stuff, which is pretty typical. And then this is what the interface looks like. So let's go connect this into the Jeep and get the Audew OBD2 reader to connect to the app. So the connection between the reader and the phone is going to be via Bluetooth. So just make sure you have Bluetooth enabled on your device. All right, so going down to the OBD2 reader, which is right down here in the kick panel underneath the steering wheel, if you're not familiar with that. I actually have something plugged in there now. That is my Trail Dash 2 from Super Chips. It's this guy up here. You've probably seen that in a lot of my videos. There you go. Get some brightness change there. I'm going to unplug that because we need to unplug that to be able to plug in this reader. So normally what you'll see is an empty OBD2 port just like that, regardless of which vehicle you're in. That's pretty much a standard thing across all of the different brands and manufacturers of motor vehicles. All right, so I'm just going to come in here and plug this guy in. Right now I don't even have the key in, and I will need to do that in order to fully set this thing up. So I'm going to go ahead and put the key in and turn the ignition on without starting the vehicle just yet. So here's the app. I haven't actually set anything up yet. You're going to see up here there's a red Bluetooth indicator that tells you that you haven't actually set anything up yet. So it wants device location. I don't know why. I don't know if it hurts my head that I'm allowing GPS location. There might be something in the diagnostics that will be useful for that. So I'm going to go ahead and say allow only when using the app. Because I have the vehicle power on, you can see that it recognizes the M2, and that is what we're going to connect to. So I'm going to go ahead and touch that, and it says connecting. And you can see up here it's connected now. It shows blue, and you can see the battery voltage. This is just the resting voltage of the battery. Now there's several options in here: read DTC, clear DTC, live data, freeze frame, smog check, O2 sensor, mode 6, MIL status, vehicle info, battery test, quick scan, report, review. Now I'm certain not all of these functions are going to work for me on this Jeep, and it may vary, like I said, depending on the OBD2 data that's available from the CAN bus. But I really want to focus on the primary thing, which is reading the codes and clearing the codes, which is what a lot of people are going to use this for. I do find the smog check and the O2 sensor stuff interesting, but we'll look around a little bit. Battery test seems like something really cool, but in reality, it just tells you what your current voltage is. So if I were to turn on the vehicle, it's going to show the charging voltage, and it's going to say it's high because it's charging. So it doesn't really do like a load test or anything interesting. It looks like it just reads it and then tries to figure out where it fits on a scale of what it thinks is good or bad. But let's read DTC codes. Your car is very healthy and no fault code is found. Well, that's great to know. Well, that kind of sucks for this demonstration, because if I don't have any codes, then we can't test clearing codes. I have an idea. I remember a while back I had a code because the air intake temperature sensor came unplugged, and it threw a code because it couldn't tell the temperature. So that plug is right down here. All right. So I unplugged that air temperature sensor plug, which when I start the vehicle should throw a code because it can't read the air intake. I'm sort of cheating. You guys, you don't understand what I have to do to make videos for you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, and look at there. I threw a code. All right, that's what I wanted. All right, so now let's come in here and read DTCs. And boom, air intake temperature circuit high input. And what I know, if you've seen my last video where I troubleshooted this problem, that's the code I got before, which led me to finding out that that thing came unplugged. So not only does it give you the code, it also gives you what it means, which is really kind of cool. Usually what happens is you just get a code and you have to then go research what that means. The Google is full of searches for P0113. I like it gives you the possible causes: faulty intake air intake temperature sensor, dirty air filter, air intake temperature sensor harness is open or shorted, intake air temperature sensor circuit poor electrical connection, which is equivalent to I just unplugged it, which is a pretty poor electrical connection. So I like that. I really think that that's super helpful, and this alone is worth having this to me. Just being able to quickly look at and assess what the problem is and some possible solutions. So I'm going to turn the Jeep off, go plug that back in, and then we'll see if we can't clear that code. And I'm just making sure it's latched in there. The problem I had before, which is why it came undone, is it wasn't completely latched in, and it basically blew off. I don't know how, but it did. So anyway, that's back in there and in place, and we should still have a check engine light because the code now exists. So come back over here, start the Jeep, and yeah, persistent check engine light is now on. Get it to find it. Warning, this will clear. Code not cleared. Okay, well the vehicle's running, so I would expect that. The engine light is cleared. Trouble codes are cleared successfully. It says it's cleared, and it's showing it's cleared. No check engine light. So yeah, I think it did its job. This thing says permanent. All right, so here's the issue with permanent DTC codes. They're designed to keep you from cheating the system and going in and clearing codes, doing a smog check, and then having them just come back up. So some codes related to emissions are considered permanent, in which case clearing them doesn't just make them go away. It clears the check engine light, but doesn't actually get rid of the code until you do a driving cycle. So usually what happens is you have to go let the vehicle run for a little while, drive it over like, I don't know, 35, 40 miles an hour for 5 or 10 minutes. And then what happens is it will acknowledge that that code no longer, or that problem no longer exists, and then it will clear it for you. So the permanent ones there, they're generally, like I said, emissions related. So you can't necessarily clear them, but yeah, so that's why that doesn't clear. But I have a lot of faith that it would actually clear if it was a non-permanent code. I just don't want to go around creating more like random DTC codes just for this video. I think you get the point. Let's look at some live data. Let's just see what else this thing can do. So I'm just going to click here, all supported data. And it's got the engine load, coolant temperature, that seems legit. Fuel trims, not sure if those are relevant. I'm getting some information there. So yeah, those look like they're working. Intake manifold pressure, engine RPM. Let's see if that changes. Yeah, that actually works. Vehicle speed, I'm not driving. I'm assuming that's going to work. Timing advancement, intake air temperature, throttle position. That doesn't seem to change, but engine RPM does. So oxygen sensor voltages seem to work fine. Yeah, it looks like it's reading a lot of very interesting data, including barometric pressure. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of troubleshooting options here. You can record this, it looks like, and then save it as a file. Let's go into some other stuff. What else does it do here? Transmission, all supported data. Yeah. Control module voltage, accelerator pedal position. Huh. Smog check. I have a permanent trouble code. Oh yeah, so this is good. Fuel system monitoring, which has to do with that trouble code. EGR and VVT system monitoring, catalyst monitoring. Huh, interesting. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna have to figure it out now. I just trouble coded myself. Let's see here, mode 6, I don't know what that is. Oxygen sensors. I don't know what these things mean. This is way out of my pay grade, guys. MIL status. So if you have a check engine light on, it will tell you how long it's been on. That's kind of cool. Vehicle info, so other than my VIN, some other stuff. Yeah, whatever, let's get that out of there. Battery test, like I said, it doesn't really do anything other than tell you what your current battery voltage is. Yeah, so that is what it is. Let's just do a quick scan. What does that do? Oops, gives me VIN, but oh yeah, so it's a lot of the same sort of stuff. And I do have this DTC code still somehow permanently in there. And then you can look at reports. I guess you can save reports. I don't know exactly. Yeah, anyway, guys, that's it. This video is way long already. It's the Audew OBD2 reader, diagnostics checker, and apparently code clear, kind of, except for I generated a permanent code I got to figure out. Oh, guess what? I'm giving one of these away for free. I got Audew to allow me to give one away. So if you want one of these, comment in this video. You guys have seen this before. Comment in the YouTube video comments. And in a week, I will compile those up and then select a random person that we will have one of these shipped to you at no cost. So otherwise, I do have a 30% off discount code on Amazon for you in the description of this video. So so you can go down there and buy it. If you don't want it or you don't want to wait a week, take advantage of the 30% off deal. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.